Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, hello. Great. I think we're connected.
Hey, engineers, did you get our email? We really need your help.
We're in big trouble. Right now, we're in New Zealand. We just arrived here from Australia.
Yeah, and we brought an unwanted hitchhiker along with us.
The cane toad!
They look pretty harmless, right? Think again. This is not your average toad. These toads are catastrophic, and they're invading Australia as we speak.
And thanks to us, New Zealand could be next.
Take a look at this video footage from last night. Did you see that? That's the cane toad. He jumped right out of my backpack.
I can't believe we accidentally brought a cane toad to New Zealand. You guys have got to help us catch it.
Okay, I bet you're asking yourselves a lot of questions right now, like, what's wrong with the cane toad, and why is this such a big deal? Let's use the engineering design process to get us started.
Good idea. We can ask our friend Riley in Australia to tell us more about cane toads and the problems they're causing.
My name's Riley Reese, I'm 9 years old and I'm from Kununurra. Cane toad is normally about this size. I like all animals except for two, which is mozzies and cane toads. Don't like cane toads because they kill our native wildlife. I worry about my pet dog because of the cane toad, and pretty sure that some of my friends do too. So if you see a toad, catch it.
Thanks, Riley.
Now, here's our culprit, the cane toad.
Also known as Bufo marinus.
Let's take a closer look. Whoa, not too close.
They're about 6 inches long. That's pretty big for a toad, but some have been found even bigger.
Warty skin, sort of a dull brown color. Okay, let's get a little closer now.
They've got poisonous glands that make them a deadly snack for the animals of the outback.
Ew, nasty! Look at all that poison coming out! That's just gross. You're probably asking yourself, how did all of this get started anyway?
Well, Australian farmers in the 1930s wanted to find a way to stop a pesky little beetle from eating their sugarcane crops.
So they found a toad from South America that loves to eat beetles. They brought the toad to Australia and let it loose in their fields.
Unfortunately, things didn't quite work out the way they expected. Instead of eating the beetles, the cane toads ate almost everything else.
Toads are prepared to eat just about everything that can fit inside their mouths. They'll even eat baby birds and mice and things like that.
It was not long before the cane toad population was out of control.
The cane toad adapted very, very quickly, and from the 102 that were brought in 1935, we're now looking at over 200 million toads.
And every year they spread a little further across Australia.
So we're talking a very fast-moving colonising front that's happening.
The cane toad population is growing way too quickly. Today, there are millions of cane toads taking over Australia.
The big problem with cane toads in Australia is that there are no native species of toads here. And we have lots of native predators like snakes and lizards, crocodiles, some of the marsupials, that eat frogs, and so when the toad arrives, they try to eat the toad as well. But they can't deal with the poison of the toad, and so they're killed. They die of a heart attack almost immediately. And so whenever the toads arrive in a new area, we have thousands of these big native predators are killed very quickly.
Some scientists think that cane toads are getting even bigger and faster as time goes on.
Either way, the entire ecosystem of Australia is in big trouble.
I've spent most of my life out bush, so I've noticed a big change in the sounds that we're hearing in the bush. The experience is not the same. You're seeing plenty of toads. You're not seeing what Australia is known for. The frill-neck lizard, the yellow-spotted monitor, freshwater crocodiles, blue-tongue lizards. You know, these are iconic Australian animals that need to be preserved, not just for every Australian's benefit, but for the world's benefit.
Cane toads are definitely a big problem in Australia. But what about that toad that escaped from our backpack? One little toad let loose on the island of New Zealand won't make a difference, right?
Toads are bad news. New Zealand has a very fragile ecosystem. We would hate to see a creature like an invasive cane toad running around in New Zealand. It's bad enough in Australia. In New Zealand, it could be awful.
Oh no, you've got to help us catch that toad.
Catch that toad.
Catch that toad. Catch that toad.
The engineering design process can help you. Hopefully, some of the information we've sent answered your questions about cane toads. Now it's up to you to imagine a trap to catch the toad. I bet you'll have a lot of good ideas.
After you imagine your trap, you'll have to draw a plan of it in your engineering journal. Then use your plan to create it.
Remember, if your trap doesn't work the first time, you can always improve it.
Engineers have to improve their designs all the time. Plus, that cane toad seems pretty sneaky to me. You might need to improve your design a few times before you can catch him.
Thanks so much for your help. Signing off for now.
We're counting on you. Bye!